Hello, it's kit time again from Tonic, and I have a lovely new kit to share with you, and it's got some really beautiful colours in it. Turquoise, my favourite colour, and it makes a beautiful shell bag. It's called the Sassy Shell Bag, and this is kit number 66. Can you believe it? Right, we're just going to have a quick look at everything that's in it. I'm going to show you all the Nuvo products, everything that's there, and then I'm just going to start making a lovely little bag. It's really easy this time, so if you like a really easy project and something you can make quickly, this is the kit for you. This is the kit box, and I'm just going to open it up and we'll have a look through it. But when I get this box, I never know where to start. I never know whether I should open the papers first or the dies or whatever, because it's really exciting. I think I'll hold the dies to the end and we'll go through the papers and things first, and then we'll go through the Nuvo products. So while I'm getting all this together, I'll say my usual. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and if you're enjoying the video at the end, do give it a big thumbs up, because I love to know what you're thinking. I really enjoy it if you have enjoyed the videos too, and if you have time, leave me a little comment as well. It always helps me on my way. Right, look at that. Isn't that absolutely stunning? So, first of all, we've got some classic card here, and this is Texture Wave. So it's 216 GSM, and I've got Teal Blue, Ocean Blue, Mauve Purple, Amethyst Purple, and 2 sheets of cream. What's not to love about that? Then we have some glitter card, and this is Turquoise Lake. I love that. You're bound to have seen this. If you've seen any of my videos before, you'll have seen that in lots of things, because I do use that a lot. I always keep that well stocked up. And then we've got some Lilac Waves, and this is speciality paper, so hopefully you'll be able to see the beautiful little pattern on there. Really lovely colours. Now, I actually went ahead last night with the dies. As soon as my kit arrived, I opened it up. It was quite late on in the day, and I don't actually have much time to make this video, so I opened it up and went ahead and made it in completely different colours. I'm going to show you that as well, but here are the dies. We've got a little binder this time, and this holds usually about 3 of these little wallets. And we've got the wallet and then a little sticker to go in front, and you can see there that it says the Sassy Shell Bag. So that's the Sassy Shell Bag, or the Sassy Shell Purse, depending on where you come from or where you're watching from. And here are the dies and the stamps. I've set them onto some white cards so that you can see them better, but this is really easy. It's a very quick project, as I said. This is the outside die. That cuts the main pattern, and you need to cut that twice to make the little bag, and that's it. That's it. So all you have to do then is decorate it, and we've got this one, which is the layering panel, this one, which is a verso die, which cuts the pattern into this one, and you can layer that up. Now, I've gone ahead, as I said last night, with colours that aren't in the kit. Well, actually, this cream card is in the kit, but this is some ice rink speciality paper, so I reckoned you would like that as well, and that's available on the Tonic website. I'll put a link to that below because it looks really beautiful. It reminded me of Mother of Pearl on that shell there. So anyhow, back to this one. This is the die, as I said, and then we've got a couple of little dies which make a little tag for going on the bag. So we've got this one, which cuts out the top little pattern there, and then this one, which cuts out the backing plate for that, which is there. And obviously I'm going to make these up in the kit colours, but I just wanted to show you those as well. So ribbon would go through there, and then you've got that little detail hanging from that. These are gorgeous little patterns here, which you can put on the sides. I haven't decorated the side of that one yet, but I really love that one because it's a kind of scale, like a fish scale, or reminded me of a mermaid, and that will fit inside either of these panels here. Or you could actually probably cut it directly into that and maybe line it with vellum or something as well. And then we have a really cute little shell here and a little starfish. And then we've got some sentiments here, some debossing ones. So the debossing ones are different from the others here because you can use them on this tag or you can use them on their own, but they look really beautiful if you deboss those into mirror card or with some kind of metallic or something with a sheen. it might even look really, really lovely on the lilac waves there. I'll try that later as well. And then these ones, I haven't tried them out yet, so I can't just read them from here, but we'll have just for you on that one, special day, and hello, I'm not sure, it might be sunshine. There is also a really, really lovely stamp set. So we've got this one, which fits into here. And you know, I looked at that last night and I thought, I'll show you it closer here. I thought that that would fit inside here, and maybe with a little head on it, and it reminded me of a little Russian doll. Oh, maybe not, but I thought that was lovely. Also, it is actually supposed to fit in the sides here, and it would be lovely if you use it with this large stamp as well. There are a couple of these other ones here, so you can stamp this little shell and the starfish before you cut them out with the die. And then we've got wishing you oceans of joy and let's celebrate. Yeah. So now we'll have a little look at what's inside this other bag. Now, I've just noted on my guidelines for my video that there are a couple of things here that may be slightly different in your kit. So first of all, we'll have a little look at the inks. I've got the hybrid ink set. This one is called Tropical Fruits. So we've got Panama Rose, Rubber Duck and Lime Burst in there. And you may get a different one. So you might actually get the Dream in Colour, which is this one. And that would be Mint Macaroon, Lotus Flower and Powdered Peach. Either of those are really, really beautiful. Then there is some sparkle spray, and this one is called Cream Gold. I've used that lots of times before and it's really, really beautiful. So this can be used if you just sort of, you can see the mica all down at the bottom there, the beautiful sparkle in it. Give it a little roll back and forwards, spray it. I would say spray it inside a box or something so that it doesn't go out around things that you don't want it to go on. And it looks really, really beautiful. There's a lovely, lovely sheen off it. But what I actually like to do with this sparkle spray is spray it into a little container and then you pick it up with the brush and use it that way, and it's really, really lovely. Then we've got some Morning Dew crystal drops. They are actually colourless, and you will find that they leave a little dewdrop, so hence the name obviously, Morning Dew, but they look like a little dewdrop if you put them on flowers. So I'm thinking on this beautiful shell it would look like little water droplets, and that will just be perfect for that. Then we've got a Smooth Precision glue pen here, and that is really lovely. The glue comes out blue until it dries and then it will go clear, and it's got a really fine little nozzle on it there, and that is perfect for lots and lots of your creations. Then you will get either or of these two ribbons here. So mine is, they're both going to be ivory white, so either way you're getting ivory white to go along with this, but you might get 3mm or you might get 9mm, and this is just one that I already had and I thought I would show you it. So it's either or of those two. And I think I've talked enough or more than enough about the kit. I think I just want to get started and show you how easy and how beautiful this is. Okay, I had a little look at the die set and I'm going to make the little bag first of all, and then I've had a few ideas of other things that we could do with it, but the bag is so simple it will be made in just a couple of minutes. And I've cut this out first twice in the ocean blue card, and then I really, really love this glitter card, and I have cut that out to go on top of it. So this die to make the main background shape, and then I've used both of these together to give me this. And I thought that was really, really beautiful on there, and I've kind of dithered over this because I love that just the way it is, but then I thought maybe it would look better if I backed it onto something too, and I'm not too sure which I prefer because I like them both, but I have used this one then with the cream card, and I think it does actually stand out a little bit more. So we could either go for the subtle effect with this on here, or we could add this onto the plain one and put them both on there. Or you could actually make this, cut this out, set this on here and die cut that pattern into that, and then that would leave you the pattern cut through the main shape, and you could back that with card or you could back it with vellum or whatever you wanted as well. So there are lots and lots of different ways of doing this, but I have one panel ready and I'm going to glue the other one on here, and then we'll glue these both together and make the little bag. all I need to do is fold back these little score lines, and this one is quite easy to do. You just follow along that little curve and you don't actually have to bend it right back, so if you just fold it back as much as is comfortable, and do exactly the same on here. And then we'll attach these both at the bottom here. So you'll just put glue along this part. And then if you want to decorate this part, you can go ahead and add the little pieces on there as well. I use this little dotted edged die to cut out the ivory card, and then I used these two together, so that's the one with the plain edge, and then this little beautiful little scaly patterned one to cut out the other pattern, and I have glued that on top. So you can see there that the dotted one is slightly bigger than the plain one, and that leaves a lovely little cream outline around that, and then I can go ahead and glue these on here. And all I need to do now then is fold all these in and put glue along these side tabs. So this edge will just go onto here, and this one gets folded in, and exactly the same thing. The glue goes on there and that goes in there, and that it could not be easier. Because it's got a curve on it, it just takes a little second or two, so don't be impatient. If you're using wet glue the way I always use wet glue on projects like this, because I find it just gives a really good grip, and then put glue along here and just gently curve it along and hold it as it goes. And then you can just flip it over and do exactly the same thing on the other side. So some glue in there and along there. Pop that on and hold that in. Wasn't that really easy? That's the bag actually just finished. So it's decorated on the sides this time and that, and I really love those colours. But I've made a little tag to hang on this as well. So I've used this die to cut out this beautiful ocean blue background, and then this one actually cuts out the complete shell on its own. It's not a verso die, so it doesn't need to be used along with this one. It can be used on its own and it will actually give you this little shape. So I've cut it out in cream, and I've also cut it out in the glitter card, and I've glued the glitter card one on, and I'm going to paper piece these little pieces from the cream one back in here again, just so that it matches in with that completely. So just a little drop of glue in each of these areas here, and then I can paper piece these back in, just like so. And I'm just going to thread this through here and tie it up, and that's the little gift bag finished. Now, I looked at this shape and wondered what else I could do with this, and it wasn't too difficult to work it out, because I thought this part here would look like it could make a memory book, and all I needed to do was follow these lines along. It's actually very easy if you just follow the curve with your scissors and take these pieces off, and then this can be either the spine or the part where you cut the holes into to sort of glue a little book together, or to join it together with some ribbons. So that then will make my front cover, and I've also got another one here for the back cover. and then I can go ahead and decorate those and make some pages for inside. I've actually used smooth card for these bits, but I didn't have an awful lot of smooth card, and then I reckoned anyhow that the pages would be sturdy enough if I was double backing them anyhow, so I've used the ivory card from the set there, from the kit, and you can also buy that directly from the Tonic website if you do want to replenish it. I decided to go ahead with the spine die, mainly because I checked some of the little dies that I had from previous kits, and the holes didn't line up just well enough here. Some of them were too close to the edge and they would have been a bit weak there. So what I've done is I've laid both of these pieces together, and this then measures 3 centimeters, and this is actually 6.7 centimeters, and I've cut a piece of card and glued it on the other side, and I'm just going to glue this directly on here. You can see there that then I have used the other die, this sort of layering one, and cut out some cream card and put it on there. So this is the back of my book and this is the front. So when I turn this over, you'll be able to see there that I've decorated the front and back panels. I've used the plain die on the back and then the two together the way I did for the shell bag. Put them on the front there, and then I have glued that one piece of card over there and decorated it with just a piece of card which matches in here. It's the Lilac Waves, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing here, just to join this together and add a little piece of card which I have here. That's not it, obviously. I'll glue that on there and that will cover all that up, and then I'll show you how to add the little spine onto it. And that's it, ready to roll. Now, I have used the Keepsake Bookmaker Simple Spines die set, and I use this an awful lot. I'll lift it out and show you. It's quite long, but you just need to take off as long as you need for here. So I have cut obviously the full width of it and then just trimmed it off the size that I would need to fit in here. So just slightly smaller than the 6.7 centimeters there, but you can measure it and just trim it to size. And whenever you cut that out, you'll notice there are little bits on it there, and hopefully you'll see them there. They have little notches on. So these are the little notches here, and those are the pieces that will get glued together in mountain folds. I didn't need the full set right across, so I've trimmed this piece off and I've glued those mountain folds together. If you have a look at some of the other memory book dies, you'll be able to see how I've done this, but it's very, very simple. It's just a matter of going along and folding valley folds on everything apart from the ones that have the little notches on, and you glue those together, and then it leaves this area. But obviously then that was too long, so I've trimmed it, and I'm going to have 2 pages in here. So I'll decorate this cover, I'll decorate this cover, and then I'll have 2 extra pages inside here which I'll be able to decorate both sides of, and I'll glue this on here first. And that's it, ready to go. Now, whenever it comes to gluing your pages together, then you'll take the die that is used for the front of the book. It's exactly the same size as that large one, and just trim off these pieces, and you trim this piece off this time because it's going to fit over the little part of the spine. So when you're gluing these together, leave this little piece open, and then you'll be able to just slip that over there, and that will become your next page. So I have gone ahead then and decorated this on one side just by putting the layering die on, but I can then fold it over and decorate this side as well. Now what this means is when it comes to the end of your book, these pages will be exactly the same size as the front panel, so whenever I'm going to put the ribbon through here, I'll just slip it through the extra 2 pages as well. You can put the glue on either side of the spine piece here, or you can put it on either side in here. Either way, so long as that gets glued directly over the top and fits well, you're good to go and ready to decorate. I've gone ahead and die cut lots and lots of pieces. So as I said, I've covered this inside page with one of these die cuts, and that fits around that little ribbon hole really nicely. And then I have used this one again in ocean blue, and I have used this one and this one together in glitter card, and I have made myself this beautiful panel, and it actually obviously was longer, and I trimmed it right across there so that that would make a lovely little pocket. but I needed to reinforce the pocket there because obviously all these little edges would just get ripped or get frayed if that was going to be used to put something in and out. So I have taken the same colour and the same shape that I've used here. I've trimmed that off right across here and then folded that back so that it fits across there. And then on the top panel of the one which is just exactly the same as the front here, I have just trimmed that, fussy cut right along there, and it has given me this lovely shape here. And then I can go ahead and glue that over the top of that very carefully, just make sure it all lines up there. That reinforces that pocket, it brings all those beautiful colours together, and I'll be able to just glue it along here, here and here. And I've also punched out 2 little glitter circles, just with a little glitter punch, and I'm going to put them on there. I've backed them because I think I'll leave this open. Now, the way I normally do a little book like this is that I make all the pages first of all, and then I come back and add different decorative details. So they're not fully finished right at the minute, but on the opposite page, and I wanted to bring this together with the same colours here, so I've used the ocean blue and I've brought the glitter card in again. And because I made this last night so that the little morning dewdrops would dry there, and aren't they so beautiful? I really, really love those. So what I've done is I've put the lilac waves on here, I've cut another piece in one of the cards from the kit, and I've cut it right across the centre, so from this point to this point, and then I have reinforced just that little top of the pocket there with a strip of ocean blue which is just folded over, enough just to keep that in place so that it's not just a weak edge up at the top. And I'm going to glue that by these sides and leave that top open. Then I took this little die and I've cut that out in teal blue and paper pieced the little glitter pieces into the centre of it there, and then added these on, as I say, long enough to let them dry before I go ahead and do this, because I have a terrible habit of adding those dewdrops on and then turning the page over and that's it ruined. It's always smudged. So last night I went ahead and did a little bit of prep. And then we flip it over and on to the next page. Before I start to decorate that page, I want to add this little one on that I've already made with some teal blue paper or card, and I've glued those together except down here, so I'm going to put that over there. Now I've already gone ahead and decorated that, as you can see, and I've made a little pocket here, so it actually goes right through. You can put your photo tag or whatever in through that, and that was made from 2 of these panels that whenever I was cutting these edges off, I kept those, and I've made the little beautiful little fishtail one that I used here, and just glued 2 of them together and added a little piece of card in the back. You can't see it there, but I did put a little piece of card in there just to hold those together really carefully, although they're glued together there where they overlap as well. And I've got a little starfish on there, but I'm going to glue this on here too. Now to bring these colours together, I like to have them sort of matching as we go through. I have cut again the same thing that I've done on this side, except the opposite way around, and in the ocean and teal, and with the beautiful glitter card there as well. And I'm going to just glue that on round the edges again and make another little pocket on that side. This is a really, really simple book. There's no major engineering involved in it at all, so I have made this pocket is exactly the same as the front one there, and I've made that in the teal and then put this on in ivory here, and I'm going to glue that piece down this time, but I've made the little reinforcement in ocean, and I have taken this piece again, the lovely little bit, and I've nipped it off, and I'm going to glue that on there. I'm going to do that first and then glue these together, and glue this by these sides and make that little pocket on there, and then I'll come back and do this page. next page, I thought I would really like to add this piece on, so I've cut out the main die here, and then I've cut this one out and glued that on top. This one is in the glitter card, obviously, and I just want to put glue across here and a little bit on there underneath, and then you'll be able to slip a photograph or whatever it is that you want in there, and I'll probably add something up here at the end. But that's how easy it is to make a really, really quick and simple little memory book. I'm going to go and have a look, as I said, and find lots of little pieces to add on there and make myself a few tags to put in, and then I'll come back and add the ribbon. But there's no massive amount of hard work in that one. It's really, really simple, and it's very, very easy to do just with the dies that you've got there, and anything else that I'm going to add on, maybe from that die set, maybe from something else I've got. But it's really, really easy. No sort of flipping and flapping and all of that, but it still looks really, really beautiful. Right, I have to admit that I really, really enjoyed making that, and there's only the 2 pages in there, but I could have made that spine bigger and gone on forever. So I pulled in kit number 61, which you may have already, and it's called Message in a Bottle, and I took some of the little dies out of that, and I've added them in here as well. And I'm thinking there was a stamp club not so long ago called Little Mermaid, or Fantastic maybe it was. One of those names anyhow, and there are lots and lots of little bits and pieces that you could add in here as well. Now on my front cover I'm not going to add anything onto that, no wording or anything, but I have got this little tag cut out, and then whenever I thread the ribbon through the whole lot, that thread will go right through that, and that will hang from the front of there as well. So when we open up, then you can see I've got a little tag here just to go in there, and obviously you put whatever you want in there. Let's bring this in a little bit. And then I have taken the little boat from the Message in a Bottle, and I've cut it out there, and these are just layering dies. Then this is the tag die from this kit that I'm using here, and I've slipped it in between 2 layers of the card just as a pull out here. That's not actually what that was intended for, I'm sure, but it works really, really well for that. And on the next page then I've taken this beautiful little dolphin from the Message in a Bottle kit and just put it on there, and then my little tag again is this one for in here. And then on this one I added a couple of little glittery sea starfish as well. Now I took the bottle from the Message in a Bottle and I cut it out, and it was far too long to fit in here without going to, you know, peep out from the top or the sides or wherever. So what I've done is I've trimmed it off to 9.5 centimeters, I think it is. Just remember, yes, 9.5 centimeters, and then you can see I've gone ahead and rounded the bottom here. So what I did was I brought in, this is the 10mm corner rounder from Tonic, and I just popped that in there, and you can see here that makes my little bottle complete. It wasn't looking right at all with just straight across the bottom, but this is perfect. That's perfect for lots of things. And I glued a little fish on there. I might actually glue another one. I have one there on there, and that will be my tag for in here. And then on the next page, oh yes, I like these. I made 2 little tags here, so you can see that the little dies that I showed you at the start, they're on here. That in behind just to show you. So this one says Just For You, and this one says Hello Sunshine, but the other 2 say Special Day, and this one You're Sandtastic. So what I did was I took a layering die and I just placed that into the top of it, cut the 2 out together, and then backed it onto a circle of the same size and put a little bit of ribbon from the kit into the top between those 2 layers, and made myself that little tag for there, and this one with the little shell on there as well, and that's for in there. And then the little crab from the Message in a Bottle one on there, and the little dolphin on there. Oh, I loved that. I really did love that. I really enjoyed it. And I will put my other little fish on there. Now, I have just taken a length of ribbon. This is probably a bit too long, but you know that the ribbon has to go through the 4 pages here. So all you do is pop it through there, there, and there. And then I'm going to put this on as well. and just tie this in a bow, and that's my little book finished. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I loved making that, and I really love the morning dew drops on that as well. It really, really helps that, lifts it and gives a little extra detail to it. I'm going to add that on there, but I'm going to add it on now whenever I'm not working at it, and just set that aside for a minute or two. You saw there how I took the really big stamp from the set and I stamped it out with some Clear Mark embossing powder, Clear Mark embossing ink, and now I've got some embossing powder to go over that, and this is a beautiful glittery one. It's called Silver Moonlight, and I'm going to pour this over here and then heat emboss it. Heat emboss that, and it looks really, really beautiful. It's a beautiful detailed die, and you could obviously print that out or stamp it out in black ink or a coloured ink and then colour it all in, but I thought that looked really, really beautiful with all of that detail. And then I took this die and cut it out from the card, and now I'm going to take the main die from the set and cut this out in card as well, and then cut off these edges. I'm going to make a card with this, so I've got an ivory 6x6 card blank, and then this was the piece of card that I cut this ivory piece out of here, and I've decided to leave this on the bottom because that would make a really nice little place to put the sentiment on, and then I can add a lovely little bow up there. So I didn't want to waste this card. I mentioned before I don't actually have very much of that smooth card left, so I am going to use that. Now you can see here that that's going to go on there. That's the piece that the center was taken out of, so obviously it's smaller than this, so that will go over that and cover it all, so there's absolutely no need to waste it. So what I'm going to do now is create myself a lovely little background. I've got an old kit box here. That just reminded me of pack up your troubles in your old kit bag, but anyway, old kit box, and I have got my sparkle spray, and I'm going to spray this rather lightly and then add that piece onto the top and make a lovely card from it. I think I've probably said this before in some of my videos, but I always keep a little drop of very cheap hairspray and then I use it as a fixative on that. So once I've heat set it, then I add a very light little spray of this on. So now I've stamped out the Let's Celebrate and put that onto the bottom there, and I'm going to add some morning dew drops around this, and then I'll try and remember to set it aside until they dry. I'm finished now. I'm not going to make any more with this just at the moment anyway, but I have really, really enjoyed that. So it was a very, very simple little bag from the colours in the kit, and then another little bag just using a different colour added in, and that was my favourite. I really, really loved making that book. And then a little card. So I hope I've given you plenty of ways that you can use this, from simple and straightforward to a little more involved if you have time and patience and just have something that you want to enjoy. And then a really lovely little card as well, using the sparkle spray and bits and pieces from the kit as well. Thank you very, very much for watching once again. I have all my affiliate links to everything that I've used here down below in the description of the video, so thank you to everybody who uses those as well. And don't forget, if you haven't already subscribed, I know I always say this, but lots and lots of people are watching and they're not subscribed, and I totally understand that, but it would really, really help my channel along if you would subscribe, and if you'd even give it a like if you enjoy it, And more than anything, I'd really love for you to leave me a little comment, because that helps me and it helps my channel, and I really, really appreciate it. So thank you so much to everybody who already does that. I do really appreciate it an awful, awful lot. And until next time, happy crafting. Bye bye.